And I now give the floor to the distinguished representative of Sri Lanka.
President, we have all heard of the famous saying by Albert Einstein, who said that the release of atomic energy has not created a new problem. It has merely made more urgent the necessity of solving an existing one. Having considered the rationale of that message rather seriously, we have taken early measures to put in place supervisory oversight before the existing issues posed us real concerns. Sri Lanka's involvement with nuclear science and technology began in 1957, when it became a member of the International Atomic Energy Agency. This was followed by the establishment of the Radioisotope Center of the University of Colombo in 1962, and the establishment of the Atomic Energy Authority in 1969 by the Atomic Energy Authority Act No. 19 of 1969. The Act delegated two main responsibilities to the AEA, namely the promotion of the utilization of nuclear technology for the benefit of the people of Sri Lanka and the protection of workers engaged in using radiation and radioisotopes and the public from public harmful effects of ionizing radiation. Mr. President, until 2014, the AEA functioned as the National Regulatory Authority on the use of radiation and radioisotopes, the national organization responsible for facilitating the use of nuclear technology in medical, industrial, and agricultural sectors, and as the focal point of the IAEA in Sri Lanka. As a result of the expansion of activities involving the utilization of nuclear technology in Sri Lanka, following the construction of a new building for the AEA with laboratory facilities, the need for an independent regulatory authority was realized. The Sri Lanka Atomic Energy Act No. 40 was passed in 2014, and it created two new organizations, namely the Sri Lanka Atomic Energy Regulatory Council and the Sri Lanka Atomic Energy Board. This Atomic Energy Act of Parliament delegates the responsibility of developing and implementing a regulatory regime to ensure the protection of personnel and the environment of the use of nuclear technology for beneficial use and for ensuring security of radioactive resources to the Council, and the responsibility of facilitating the use of nuclear technology to the Sri Lanka Atomic Energy Board. With the formation of the Council and the Board, the AEA ceased to exist. The present status is that the Council, the regulatory body, came into existence on the 1st of January 2015. The Council has the responsibility of establishing and implementing a regulatory regime in order to ensure the protection of personnel and the environment from potential harmful effects of radiation and to ensure security of radioactive resources. As a national policy towards nuclear activity, Sri Lanka will conduct such policy having regard to the following policy principles. All nuclear activities in Sri Lanka will be carried out exclusively for peaceful purposes and in compliance with the relevant obligations relating to the same. The Council will be an independent regulatory authority that carries out its mandate without fear and favor. It will use its powers judiciously without unnecessarily burdening its customers. The Council will optimize the utilization of financial and other resources, amongst other things. Sri Lanka does not operate nuclear power plants or any activity related to production of nuclear material. The government of Sri Lanka has also not taken any policy decision for the establishment of nuclear power plants. The users of nuclear technology in Sri Lanka are limited to the users in medicine, industry, agriculture, research, and teaching. It is noteworthy that the IAEA hosted a virtual national seminar on topical issues of nuclear law for Sri Lanka in January of this year. Topics presented and discussed range from transparency in nuclear law and the legal provisions for the safety and security of radioactive sources to the benefits of the Convention on the Physical Protection of Nuclear Material, its amendment, and the Joint Convention on the Safety of Spent Fuel and Radioactive Waste Management. We are grateful to the IAEA for over the years. Sri Lanka has benefited from the IAEA's legislative assistance through various regional and national activities. The recent seminar was the first major step Sri Lanka took to engage all stakeholders at national level in starting the process of implementation of legal instruments, an area of special interest and importance to Sri Lanka. The virtual seminar gave the participants an opportunity to discuss civil liability for nuclear damage and the benefits of the modernized nuclear liability instruments, such as the 1997 Convention on Supplementary Compensation for Nuclear Damage, which provides a framework for countries in South Asia, including those of the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. In this concluding remarks at this seminar, Anthony Weatherall from the IAEA Office of Legal Affairs noted the importance of adherence to and the implementation of the international legal instruments. He reiterated the IAEA's readiness to continue to assist the country in this regard and in developing and strengthening its national legal framework. We greatly appreciate the IAEA's support in this area. The seminar, implemented within the framework of the IAEA Legislative Assistance Program, is one of the many activities conducted under the agency's Technical Cooperation Program to support member states in establishing and enhancing their legal frameworks. May we congratulate the IAEA and its Director General, Rafael Mariano Grossi, and his team of officials for maintaining the highest standards of supervisory oversight in this extraordinary year the world has experienced, in which the IAEA served the member states with resilience and commitment. Sri Lanka assures the IAEA its fullest cooperation in our endeavor to ensure a safe and useful appropriation of nuclear material for the benefit of all humankind and of world peace. I thank you, Mr. President.
I thank His Excellency, the Permanent Representative of Sri Lanka, for